Hi again. Here we have Car Mechanic Simulator 2015. Today we're just going to have a little bit of fun. Purchased a add-on recently for Car Mechanic Simulator. I actually purchased two add-ons, the Mercedes-Benz as well as the Young Timer add-on. So today just going to have a look at the Young Timer, one of the vehicles that comes with Young Timer, sorry. So let's jump right in and have a look. So here is the Fiat Niki. It's referred to as the Malouk in the game, but it's basically the Fiat Niki that we'll be looking at today. There's obviously a problem with it, so that's why it's in the shop. Cute little car. So yeah, obviously just gonna have a look and just see what's wrong with the vehicle and see if we cannot fix it and fix it well, as we do. So I've got a few jobs coming in, but obviously not gonna worry about them right now. So there's a general running gear repair required, and I'm running with expert mode, so the parts that are required are not discovered yet. We have to figure out what's wrong ourselves. So let's get the car onto the hoist. I'm just going to choose the right lifter here. Nice little car. Okay, so as mentioned, there's a running gear repair required. So generally that means something wrong with the suspension. So not really gonna muck around too much with the engine here. It looks like it's seen better days as well, but we're not going to worry about that too much right now. So what we'll do is we'll get the car raised up on the hoist so we can look underneath. So underneath, generally if there's anything that's really rusted, that normally stands out as a part that has a problem. So already I can see, I think, yes, the shock absorber there on the right hand side, and shock absorber on the left hand side. Possibly, and then, yes, possibly some issues with the rear springs as well. We'll know more as we get to it, but let's just focus on the main parts at hand. So what we found is the shock absorber, so let's get the wheels off. As confident as I may sound right now, this is the first time I've actually tried to remove the wheel from the old Fiat, and already I'm having trouble. So there we go. Yes. Unconventional wheel bolts that we have here, the bolt pattern is rather dispersed, so let's not see if we cannot make the owner of this vehicle happy. Got a brake drum here on the front. We don't need to mess around with that. I think we can get the shock off from here. So let's see, yes, there's a bolt, there's a nut up on the top and a nut at the bottom. So because I'm playing in expert mode now, I find this a lot more enjoyable because it's not highlighting any parts for you. Let's just sell off some of these old parts. Oh no, I think I've just sold one of the wheels. Whoops. Okay, well let's see what we can find for the vehicle parts-wise to replace. So let's type in wheel to start with. Oops, not looking good. Under all categories, wheel, rim. Oh, I have no parts in my database for this vehicle and I'm trying to fix it. Actually, let's try the wheel shop. It's better, maybe. No, nothing here either. I haven't done this before, so just bear with me 1 second. You know what? Hang on. Yes, I just realized there's a Malouk parts shop there on the left hand side. Sorry guys, here we go. There's our front shock absorber for the Malouk. Maybe we can do a search for the wheel here as well. Type in rim. Yes, here we go. Fantastic. Okay, we have our shock absorber. Haha. Okay, there's our brand new shock absorber in place. almost. And the bottom nut as well. Done. Excellent. Okay, so let's put the little rubber cap back on, little cap, and put the wheel on. He has a brand new wheel because I had to buy him a new wheel. How funny. So now he has a shiny wheel. All the other wheels are a little bit worn, but he has one shiny wheel. Should I charge him for that? Okay, let's have a look. So we have changed the shock absorber. I just wonder... Okay. Let's get the other wheel off. We'll try not to sell this wheel this time. Righto. Okay. I think there's something wrong here with the spring, or the shock, or the mount. Actually, that drive shaft's not looking great either. Well, it's not letting me remove the shock. I might have to take this arm off. So how are we going to do that? We have to take the drum off first. Maybe we do. Actually, there's a little cartridge here for the mount. The whole underside of this car is not looking great. I believe I have to take this arm off somehow. There we go. So the brake drum is held in place by 4 bolts. That's interesting. Here inside the brake drum we have the... Actually, maybe these bolts. Take these bolts off. No, the arm's still not coming off. This is not going very well. So here we have the brake shoes and the wheel cylinder. Maybe let's try taking that off. It's not working. Okay, let's take the drive axle, the right hand drive axle off. That does not look very good either. Oops, sorry, let's do that again now. Because I'm playing in expert mode, I have to find all the bolts myself. 3, there must be a 4th one down here somewhere. Yes, there is. There we go. So the drive axle is out. It doesn't look very good, so maybe we should replace that too. I'm just trying to get this arm off so I can get to the coil spring. Maybe I should take... Yes, this may be a better line of inquiry. Go. Oh, whoops. You have to take all the bolts off, otherwise it resets. Ah, here we go, I missed one. There we go. Will the arm come off now? Take off the lower arm. No. Nothing's coming out. Oh, here we go. Looking better. Maybe we can take the arm off. No. It does not want to play. This bolt off before, maybe I think I did not take both sides out, that's why. Yes, there we go. Now arm come off. I want to get to the coil spring. No, 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 no. Let me take the bottom of the shock bolts off. The bushing, no. How am I going to get this spring out? Take this little bump stop off. The shock does look bad, so I want to try and get to the coil and the shock, but it's not letting me take the arm off or the shock. Aha, found it. This tiny little thing here, as you can see, once you take that off, then you can take the top part of the coil completely off. It's called the rubber ring buffer for the Malu. The Malu. Okay. What, you dastardly... There we go. Now we can. So there's a little rubber ring buffer at the top of that coil spring. Rubber ring buffer is in very bad condition. Support bracket, yes, the drive axle also. Front shock absorber, yes, we know. Okay, let's buy some more parts. We already have our rim. You don't have to remind me. So we need a rear drive axle for the Malu. So into, hang on, let's get another shock absorber first, and then we'll get our rear drive axle. What else? What else? What else? Our rubber ring buffer, which is the cause of much frustration. I wonder what the one on the left hand side looks like. Probably much the same. We'll get to that when we get to it though. No point spending money before we know. Why have we got... we have... yeah, that's... Hang on. Now I'm confused. We have, I believe the rear shocks were okay after all. I'm just going to get rid of some of the faulty parts. Okay, so let's do this. We have our ring buffers, yes, okay. Let's put everything back together. So our rear shock absorber, whilst it does look a bit terrible, is actually not too bad. So we are not going to replace it, just going to put it back. Let's put the coil spring back. The part that was, this is the part here that was bad. Actually, no, not that one. You'll see what I mean. It's very, that bit there, that one. That's it. This part, the rubber ring buffer, this was the cause of all the frustration here on this side of the car at the rear, and it's very difficult to remove, and until you remove that you can't get to the rest of the parts. So anyway, I'm going to put everything back together now, including the brakes, which did not need to come apart in the first place, the drive axle, which did need to come apart. Nice new drive axle there. So the rubber ring buffer and the drive axle was the only thing wrong on this side of the vehicle at the rear. We ended up taking a whole bunch of other parts off unnecessarily. But anyway, I did say this was my first time on this vehicle, so live and learn. Okay, the brackets back on. These parts are a little bit worn, but they're not terrible, so they will have to suffice. Excellent. Okay, I'll put the rest of the brake drum on. And then we can put the wheel on. I'll put the cap on, then the wheel. Okay, rim. At least we didn't buy another wheel unnecessarily this time. We didn't sell it, I mean. Okay, this side is looking good now. Okay, there's one other part that may be wrong. So it turns out the front shocks, it was only that one on the right hand side that had the problem. So there must be a problem back here perhaps. I don't think I need to do that, but anyway, yes, I think maybe let's look at this rubber ring buffer. See, when you know what to look for, you go straight for it. There you go. Let's buy another rubber ring buffer. Okay, so basically on the rear it was just the two little rubber ring buffers that sit on top of the coil spring that were problems, and the right hand shock absorber was the problem as well. Put everything back together. Part of me wants to put some nice new wheels on this, but the owner does not want that, so we just put one new wheel on for it. So front right shock and two rear rubber pieces for the suspension. We'll move the vehicle back to the middle of the shop and just have one last look around and just make sure there's nothing really wrong. I just want to see if I can check the oil on this. Always make sure you check the oil. I'm just looking for the dipstick at the moment. I'm sure it's around here somewhere. There we go. Oil looks good. Probably use a little bit of a top up. Might as well. It'll cost me money, but I'm sure the owner would appreciate it. Excellent. There we go. Oil's all good. Finito. It's all ready to go. Very nice interior. Very nicely modeled. So yes, the total for this job is $339. Well, that's the profit I think that I'm making on it anyway. It's interior. Okay, that's done. Job done. Thanks for watching.